everybody needs someone to believe in them. And many, many years ago, when Jazz House Kids was a lot smaller, I met Bob and Rhonda Silver, and they bet on me, and they bet on Jazz House Kids. And because of that, so much of today is possible. And there are over 100 organizations, individuals, and businesses that have made this day possible. So it could be no tickets required. Could we please give them a round of applause?
Yeah.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 8th annual Montclair Jazz Festival. Am I correct with that?
Yes, you are.
Right now, I'm here with Miss Louie Montague, and she's going to give us an update, and she's going to welcome you to the 8th annual festival here in Montclair, New Jersey at Nishuane Park. Good day, Louie. How are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you so much for coming, Eddie. As you can see, we have an amazing crowd out here today. We're so excited to be back in Montclair, my hometown. It's been such an honor and a pleasure to be a part of Jazz House Kids and this amazing production. As you can hear, our students in the background singing. It's just a beautiful thing. Jazz House Kids, we've been in the community for 15 years. On August 24th, we're having a star-studded gala and concert at NJPAC, where we will have headliners such as Andra Day, Sheila East coming back, David Sanborn, of course our own artistic chair, Christian McBride. We just have a lot of great things that are planned for that day. Everything from a concert that's open to the public and on all sorts of different ticket levels. And if you'd like to come on as a sponsor and really be involved, we also have a gala celebration taking place.
For information for people, where can they go to get information and to support and donate to Jazz House Kids?
Yes, so we are a 501(c) nonprofit organization, and we are located at 347 Bloomfield Avenue, the lower level, so I encourage people to stop by and see the Jazz House.
Now, make sure you go in the rear. I got lost. It's not in the front. You have to go in the rear.
Yes, our main entrance is off of North Willow. It's at the end of the parking lot, but we have a beautiful facility with 3 different studios. And you can also check out all sorts of information online at www.jazzhousekids.org, or you can visit us on the Montclair Jazz Festival website, which is www.montclairjazzfest.org.
Louie Montague, thank you so much. Montclair Jazz Festival. Any parting words you want to say?
I just want to say thank you to Montclair and the surrounding communities for supporting us. We have such amazing sponsors and in-kind donors, and as well as just people volunteering, coming out and giving of their time and their goods, and we just could not produce this without the amazing people that stand behind this, and I just thank you all, and it's a pleasure to bring it to you. Yes.
Thank you again. If you're not here, get here. Montclair Jazz Festival, Montclair, New Jersey, in support of Jazz House Kids. Thank you much. Peace and love. Congressman Donald Payne Jr. from the 10th District. Did I say that correct, sir?
Absolutely, you got it right.
How are you doing, sir, and welcome?
Oh, thank you for having me. I'm doing great. It's a beautiful day. The weather's held out. Incredible crowd. It just gets bigger and bigger. They're going to have to push the stage back another 30, 40 feet so we can get more people in here and finally outgrow Nishuane Park. But it is a great festival, supported by Jazz House Kids. Such a great program that is for our young people to expose them to the music at such an early age. And who knows what they'll be able to create, as they move forward. So I just, just here to support. I get to kill two birds with one stone. I, here in my official capacity, this is in my district, and then I'm here for myself to hear the music.
Of course. Now, quick question. How does it affect, because I think Trump, with his infamous self, with defunding some of our programs with the grant money for the arts, no doubt.
Yeah.
How does that affect us as citizens here in New Jersey, and what you as our congressman, what is your alternative to make sure that our programs are still funded here in the arts in New Jersey?
Well, there is no alternative. We have to make sure that they're funded. And I saw a table over there where they're getting signatures to send to their members of Congress. And so I asked them, did they want me to take it with me now, or are they going to send it to me? But it's vital. It's important to the quality of life in this community, in this country, that we make sure that the arts stay alive. And if there's anywhere where we will fight, is in Montclair and in Essex County for the arts.
You know that.
Whether it be Lincoln Park Festival or the Montclair Jazz Festival. East Orange is having one today, and we'll be in, there's one more coming up.
Mine's next week, Orange Park.
Orange Park, that's it. And so, we have to continue just to, stay vigilant and have people understand how important it is. And the activism in Montclair has always been there. So, this is a great community to be at the forefront of that push.
Congressman, thank you so much for taking time out to stop by and visit us here at the Montclair Jazz Festival.
Okay.
Have a splendid day.
All right.
I will see you next week, sir.
Very good.
Thank you.
All right.
Artist Mr. Ted Chubb, internationally renowned, and right here in Montclair. Good afternoon, Mr. Chubb. Can you share some enlightenment with us for the Montclair Jazz Festival and what you do and your sponsorship for the festival within itself?
As I'm an artist today with my band, but I'm also the director of the Jazz House Summer Workshop. It's a 2-week workshop for about 135 students, 138 students from all across New Jersey, New York, the East Coast, but also we have students from out of state, DC, but even some students from London, from Tomorrow's Warriors in London, some from the Philippines, and then we even had a couple from Peru last year.
Okay.
And so there's students coming from all over that are coming to Jazz House. We have our workshop at the Cali School of Music on Montclair State University for 2 weeks. They study jazz from 9 to 5. It's basically like they get a jazz high school for 2 weeks with some of the best artists in the New York, New Jersey area. Many of them happen to live in Montclair, which is fantastic, as Montclair is such a focal point of creativity and artistry. And so we get to pull from that pool of artists that live here that get to mentor students from all over this area, from all walks of life. And we want everyone to have a voice in this music. And so if you want to play jazz, we have a place for you.
You hear that? They have a place for you. Where can they get information on the program that you do? And
What?
is it a yearly program?
There is programming the entire year.
Okay.
We just finished up kind of like the granddaddy of the whole thing is the workshop. We have all of our students from our in-school programs that happen throughout the year in Newark and Patterson and Elizabeth, but we also have students that come to our year-round program in our studios in Montclair on Bloomfield Avenue, and then students that just hear about us and they say, wow, Christian McBride is there, I gotta go. And so there's a little bit of everybody there, so it's the widest swath of people come to the workshop. But there is programming the entire year in the evening at our studios, in our school programs where we send teaching artists into the school, and then as well as given instrument programs, and there's just so many different kind of like tree, leaves of the tree that is hard to keep track of. But we're trying to be a force for jazz and positivity within this region, but also nationally and globally.
Yes, yes, indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Ted Chubb here at the Montclair Jazz Festival. Thank you so much,
Thank
sir.
you all so much.
Where
Thank
can
you.
they get in touch with you?
TedChubb.com.
Boom bop, boom bop. Okay. So that's what they're talking about, are sounds that sound kind of like bebop. Oh, here's some more sounds. Boppity, bippity, bop, bang. Boppity, bippity, bop, bang. A boppity, bippity, bop, bang. Hey, if you guys say that, I'm going to do some improvisation on it, okay? Let's go. Boppity, bippity, bop. I do ya do ya do boom ya boom boom ba do 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 bop bang a boo ba do do bop bang bip bip do do ya do bop bang a boo da do do bop bang a did dee da bop bang a do bop bang ba ma la 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 bop bang. Oh, thank you guys. That was fun. So that was called improvisation. That's something that we do in jazz music. And because this storybook that I picked is so simple, we've got to make it special. Okay? I mean, Charlie Parker played bebop. We've got that, haven't we?
Good afternoon and welcome back to the Montclair Jazz Festival. Here I am with Mayor Jackson of the beautiful township of Montclair. How are you doing, sir?
Doing very well. How are you doing?
I cannot complain. We are so glad that you are here joining us.
Thank you for inviting me.
Tell us about your experience and how the Jazz Festival enables and brings people to the township of Montclair.
I remember over on the hill when it was like 500 people. And now we've grown to, 10,000 people coming out to enjoy this festival. It brings people from Montclair, of course, but from all over the tri-state area, in fact, all over the country to view it. And we have people now watching all over the world. It's a great jazz festival, one of the great in the world, as far as I'm concerned. And it puts our city on the map. And I'm very proud of the way Jazz House Kids put this on. Because it's free, everybody is able to participate, and we can show off the great talent of our young people. But also, we're fortunate to have Dee Dee Bridgewater, Christian McBride, and other great Mr. Chestnut, and all these other great talent who come and participate. It's wonderful.
So, in lieu of that, what plans does Montclair have to do with the cutting of some of the endowment to the arts? Because we know that when they start cutting money from the federal level, it affects us at the state level and at the town level. What is Montclair doing in regards to making sure that the arts are fully funded in this town?
Well, our commitment to this festival is unwavering. We're there for the long haul to support this. And fortunately, I don't know the exact number, but I would imagine that 80–85% of this cost of doing this is done through private hands, people who want to support the organization. So I think financially, this festival is in good shape. The town, the county will be here as long as it's here, so I think it's in real good shape.
It wasn't the tenor saxophone. Charlie Parker played the alto saxophone. And the music sounded like hip hop. But I don't think he means hip hop like today's hip hop music. And then it ends, never leave your cat, and I don't understand that. Children, I apologize. I think it's time I write a book. I don't know. This was written by Chris Rashka. So we need to send a letter to Chris Rashka and explain to him that he can be a little more detailed when he's going to write about a jazz saxophone legend. But that was the story from Chris Rashka, and that's from his mind about Charlie Parker and bebop. I just don't get it.
Live at the Montclair Jazz Festival. I am here with Mr. Bruce Williams, Montclair resident and instrumentalist, musician extraordinaire. extraordinaire. How are you doing, Mr. Williams?
Very good today. And you?
I cannot complain. You are here today for and to support.
Jazz House Kids and the Montclair Jazz Festival.
What's going on with you, sir? You just stepped from the stage and you did a phenomenal job.
Well, here with my kids from the Sax Mob. My nickname is Big Solid, so we had the Big Solid Sax Mob. Then I played with Ted Chubb's band, CD release, festival release. Excellent show. I'm just so happy the weather stayed nice and just having fun, hanging, playing some music.
Which you do well.
Thank you.
What is it about Jazz House Kids that made you become involved with this particular festival?
Well, it's a feeder from the Arts Institution, the 2-week camp, to have another showcase for the kids. And so it's just a great event. You know, like this festival is on par with many other festivals throughout the country in terms of size, availability, and everything. It's just a great opportunity to be out here and play, especially less than a half a mile from my house.
What's it? Less than a half a mile, Montclair up in the house. Where can people contact you if they want to hire you and your CDs and all of that stuff?
Website's being rebuilt, but BruceWilliamsJazz.com. It's old, but it's being rebuilt. Or Facebook, Bruce Williams on Facebook, or Bruce Williams Saxophonist on Facebook. You know?
You heard it right here. The one and only Mr. Bruce Williams, Montclair resident jazz musician.
Get that new CD, Private Thoughts, on the Passing Through label. Also Oliver Lake's label.
Yes, Oliver.
Right, and Oliver's label, it's called Private Thoughts on the Passing Through label. All Montclair made.
Here I am with Mr. Cyrus Chestnut. He just stepped off of the stage doing a killer set. How are you, Mr. Chestnut?
Doing well. Hope all is well with you.
Yes, it is, sir. We are so glad that you have joined us today here at the festival. Can you share your experience and also words of encouragement for the youth that are participating in today from the Jazz House Kids?
Well, I've been playing the piano since 3. So just trying to keep finding the right notes to play. Well, I would say to those who are yet to come, is just to keep the faith and follow the footsteps. Learn all you can, but most importantly, have fun on the journey.
And that's the important
Because
thing.
if you have fun on the journey, it'll be all right. Give everything you can to music. If whatever you give to it, music will give back to you. I'm living proof of it. So if you give a little bit, you get back a little bit. But if you dare give yourself, you'll be amazed what happens.
Now, where can people find your material, CDs, new CDs, and all of that stuff at? Website, direct?
Yeah. There's our latest CD. It's entitled "There's a Sweet, Sweet Spirit." Features Buster Williams, Lenny White, Steve Nelson.
Okay.
Let's see, Charlotte Small, Jory
And
Nance.
matter of fact, we got Miss Charlotte over here. Charlotte, get on over here, lady. This is Miss Charlotte Smalls, one of my favorite vocalists and artists. Known her for a long time, met her through Barbara Tucker, and she happens to be this one's boo. So we are so glad that they are here. Charlotte, the rhythm between you two, how did this come about? We're so glad to see a musical partnership
Oh, it's
as
such
well.
a long story, but
Real
we
quick.
actually met at Abyssinian Baptist Church where
Okay.
Cyrus was doing a jazz vespers, and he actually went to Berklee College of Music where my brother and sister-in-law both attended, and my nephew is studying jazz piano, and Cyrus had been mentoring him.
And that's what it's about.
And so then they were supposed to go to dinner. Cyrus needed to get back to Penn Station, and my sister-in-law asked me to take him to Penn Station, and I did. We talked, we became the best of friends, and
The rest is history. A dynamic team. Cyrus was just sharing that Charlotte is on his forthcoming release, not forthcoming, but newest release that's out now. So make sure that you check that out. Any last words?
There was one person I did. It's Charlotte, Jory Nance, as well as Keisha Gums, and so just let peace prevail, everyone. Just let peace prevail. That's what we need these days.
You know that's right. Charlotte,
You
anything
know.
you want to say in closing out?
I love you, and I'm so glad to see you. And it's
Likewise.
such a blessing that we get to do this interview with you.
And you know, and it's so different because it's outside of what I normally do, which is
Right.
house music.
Yes,
So
exactly.
this is very exciting for me to meet artists such as yourself and to reacquaint myself with my good friend Charlotte. So thank you, Cyrus.
All right.
Thank you, Charlotte. Charlotte Small, Cyrus Chestnut, Montclair Jazz Festival in the house. Peace and love. Here with the Honorable Senator from the state of New Jersey, Nia Gil, Montclair resident, 34th District. Did I get it right this time?
34th District. 34th
Yes, I did.
District. Yes, she did.
Senator Gil, share your experiences with the Jazz Festival and the importance of music, period, you know, especially here in the state of New Jersey.
Well, this is a very monumentous occasion. Jazz House Kids teach children from a young age. Jazz is the only original art form for the United States. And so we bring with that an expression, a vision, and a arsenal against creating barriers. And so in this Trump era, jazz breaks down those barriers and talks about and relates to the human experience, to the vision of unity, to understanding that we are all one, created by one, by whatever name you may want to go by, but that at the end of the day, I am your sister and you are my brother.
You heard that? Senator Nia Gil, New Jersey. Quick question.
Yes.
What is our state planning to do in regard to, I just read where Trump has discontinued funds for the National Endowment of the Arts. What is New Jersey going to do?
You know what we're going to do? I used to be a member of the New Jersey State Council on the Arts for 6 years, and New Jersey's going to step up. And so he may cut it on the national level, but we will be able to increase it on a state level. Because as the elder says, one monkey don't stop our show.
Beautiful people, Eddie Nicholas here from Tap Into Montclair at the Montclair Jazz Festival, and I am here with the founder, the one and only Miss Melissa Walker.
Well, hello. Woo! Hello to Tap Into Montclair. Listen to all of this. It's a full day of music with all these incredible emerging musicians and all the professional musicians that are playing, and these guys are just a couple of steps away. We love you guys. Are we having a good time?
Yeah. I'm having so much fun. Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun. The music's great. The weather's great. Oh, man.
Perfect. Melissa, before you go, where can you tell people to go and get information to be able to support and sponsor Jazz House Kids?
Well, first of all, if they want to learn more about the festival today, they should go to MontclairJazzFestival.org. We're also streaming live. But to support this organization, they go to JazzHouseKids.org. And there's so many ways. We've got over 200 volunteers here today. Their companies can give. They can make a donation. That way they can be a sponsor. You know, there's just so many ways to give. There's so many ways to support youth education and music and to build a strong community together. So go to jazzhousekids.org and, you know, we're there for you.
And real quick, you have something coming up, 15 years?
15 years, thank you for that. Yes, it's been 15 years for Jazz House Kids and some 50,000 young people. We've got kids from all across the country now involved. And so on October 24th, we've got a big gala happening. We will be debuting our alumni band. And so the great Andra Day will be honoring Roy Haynes. You know, David Sanborn, Sheila E., Christian McBride. That's on October 24th at NJPAC. It's called Swinging Doors Open for 15 years.
You heard that. Swinging Doors Open for 15 years. Melissa Walker, Montclair Jazz House Kids, Montclair Jazz Festival, Nishuane Park. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so very much. We're going to do a number now for you. The girls are going to come on down, and I want to introduce you to everybody in the band.
here with Mr. Louie Prima, musician extraordinaire. Mr. Prima, tell us what's going on with you and what brings you here.
Well, it's a pleasure to be here. It's my second year. My parents, Louie Prima, Gia, my own Prima, their foundation with their attorney, have a little foundation where we go around and we help organizations that concentrate on education, music education. We give scholarships and things like that, and we partnered with Montclair Jazz Festival last year for the first time to help keep Jazz House kids going. And help keep education in schools and things for kids to do, and to help keep music alive. So we're here. It's my second year. I was by myself last year. This year I bought the band. We're going to jam a little bit in the Discovery tent at about, 4:30, 4:50.
Okay, and for those of you who don't know about the Discovery tent is a tent that is made where we are entertaining our children.
Right.
And they have a lot of art activities. They're doing some jazz ensembles, and Mr. Prima is going to be playing over there, so we're most definitely going to try to get over there and catch your act.
Yeah.
Anything that you want to say to kids that are growing up, learning about jazz and want to become a jazz musician?
I always just try to tell people, whether you do music or not for a living, music soothes the soul. You should, if you get an opportunity to learn about music or play any musical instrument, even if it's just in school, it brings so much to your life, both knowledge, education, and it does give you a possible future. And we need to keep music alive. It's important. Music has been a teaching point and a congregation point since the dawn of man.
Yes, it has.
And we need to keep it alive, and it's important to keep it in our schools, to keep parents, communities involved in not just all education, music education, all of it. It's just important. Pick up an instrument, man. You'll learn a lot. You'll learn a lot, man.
From the mouth of Mr. Louie Prima. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
If you are not here, make sure you get down to the Montclair Jazz Festival, Nishuane Park, Montclair, New Jersey. Any website or anything that people can find out?
It's Louis, Louis, PrimaJR.com. That's where you'll find all my information. We're in the area all the time, and just very fortunate to be part of such a wonderful event.
So we're gonna do a number that harkens back to a period in our country that we weren't too proud of. And a man named Roebuck Pops Staples wrote a song in response to some students that integrated the school system in Little Rock, Arkansas. They were called the Little Rock Nine. And I picked this song because it is a reflection of things that are going on today, unfortunately. I'm talking about To Be why am I treated so bad? To be why, somebody tell me why am I treated so bad? You know I'm all alone as I sing that song. Am I wrong? I've done nobody wrong, but I'm treated so bad. Now I'm gonna walk on out in the master lane. Things I do, they seem to be in vain.
And I'm honored to be here with the hostess of the mostest, Epatha Merkerson. I had to make sure I said that name right. I had to ask her, how are you doing, Miss Merkerson?
It is so great to be here. I'm doing fine. Thank you.
This is your 4th year in hosting?
It's either my 4th or my 5th. I'm not sure, but yeah.
What would you like to say to people that follow you, people that come to the Jazz Festival, and words of encouragement for our young people?
Well, this is a perfect example of what education can do. These kids are killing it up here today. And it's also helping to keep the music alive. Jazz House Kids does amazing work. I was reading earlier that 50,000 students have gone through the door. That's incredible. That means that the music will live on. And for me, it's a little selfish way for me to hang out with the musicians.
Whom you probably know most of them.
I love the music, so this is a great place. And then doing it with Gary Walker, who I always, when I introduce him, I always say he's an encyclopedia of knowledge when it comes to jazz, the history, the musicians, all the players, and it's just really amazing to just be in his presence.
Most assuredly, and you two have a wonderful chemistry.
Yeah,
on
well,
stage
we
as
like each other.
Okay. Well, that's always a good thing.
That helps.
Any words you want to say in closing? Because I don't want to take up all your time.
No, I think that is this going to be live?
No, this is not
okay.
live.
Well, I just say that people should come out next year. If you can't make it this year, come out next year. It really is an extraordinary day of jazz, and it really focuses on the kids, and they will not disappoint.
You heard that. That's Epatha Merkerson here in Montclair, New Jersey.
Right.
Real quick, television shows, anything we can catch you
Well,
on?
I've been doing, this is the start of the 3rd season for Chicago Med.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're in the process of shooting that now.
So follow her.
Tuesday nights.
Twitter, Instagram.
I'm Merk2577 on Instagram, and at S_Epatha on Twitter.
Don't be cruel. Yes, yeah, Brian. Thank you so very much. Well, we're going to do a tune for you now that was written for and first recorded by one Willie Mae, Big Mama Thornton. I think y'all might know this tune. I'm talking to you. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, been snooping around my door. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, been snooping around my door. You can wag that tail, but I ain't gonna feed you no more. You told me you was high class, oh Lord, but I can see through that. You told me you was high class, darling, I can see through that. And Daddy, you know, you ain't no real cool cat. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, snooping around my door. Just a dirty old hound dog, snooping around my door. Go on and wag that tail, but I ain't gonna feed you no more. You better listen here, I'm telling you now.
say it again.